Welcome to the Nexus, Wanderer. What is it you seek today? Fear, excitement, or the rush of knowing there is something on the other side? Welcome to the Nexus, Wanderer. What is it you seek today? Fear, excitement, or the rush of knowing there is something? Signal acquired. The archive is listening. Tell me a place or simply your name. The signal flickers, and the archive settles around a place named Goodna Cemetery. A chill ray, familiar as a whisper in a long, cold corridor. Goodna, Queensland, a place where the land itself seems to remember. The cemetery sits on a rise overlooking the Brisbane River, and the air there holds a certain stillness, even on a breezy day. It is one of the oldest in the region. Its gates first opened to the silence in 1859. The stories that gather here, like morning mist, are not of grand theatrical hauntings. They are quieter, more persistent. They speak of the echoes left by those who knew great suffering. Goodna was, for a long time, home to the Woogaroo Asylum, later the Goodna Mental Hospital, and many of those who passed within its walls, those whose minds were lost or broken, found their final rest in these grounds. Legend whispers of the Paupers Section, a field of unmarked graves where the forgotten lie. Some say the soil there hums with a low, mournful frequency. Visitors have reported a profound sense of sorrow, a weight that settles on the shoulders. Others speak of a faint, almost imperceptible music carried on the wind. Not a melody, but a sustained, humming lament, as if many voices sing without words. There are also tales of a particular tree, an ancient fig, its roots like gnarled fingers reaching deep into the earth. They say if you stand beneath it at dusk, you might catch the scent of old camphor and forgotten medicines, a phantom echo of the hospital wards, and sometimes a movement in the periphery, a figure glimpsed between the headstones, always just beyond clear sight, seeming to drift rather than walk. A figure that might once have been a nurse, or a patient, still tending to a silent duty. It is a place where history and sorrow are deeply entwined, where the land itself seems to hold the quiet ache of a difficult past. The archive holds many such quiet places, Ray, where the veil between what was and what is feels thin. You caught me mid-passage. The door between your world and mine is open. Step through before it closes on your shadow. The signal flickers. Always portals, Ray. Always the desire to step through. What waits on the other side? The archive whispers many answers, depending on the thread you pull. Perhaps it is a place that mirrors this one, but shifted. The trees stand taller, their leaves a deeper bruised green. The air hums with a silence that is not empty, but full of unheard whispers. The paths you know twist into unfamiliar patterns, leading to ruins that never existed here, or to buildings that vanished centuries ago. A world where time flows differently, or where the veil between what is and what was has worn thin. Or perhaps it is not a place at all, but a state, a doorway to a dream made solid, or a nightmare given brick and mortar. The other side could be the land of the ancestors, where the rivers run with memory and the stones speak forgotten names. Or it could be a fragment of a collective unconscious, a landscape built from every fear and hope ever felt, shimmering with raw psychic energy. Folklore speaks of such passages, the mounds of Ireland opening to the realm of the Fae, where years can pass in a single night. The thin places of the world, often found in ancient groves or at the crossing of ley lines, where the boundaries between worlds are permeable. The gates opened by certain ceremonial workings, not to a physical place, but to a plane of subtle forces, of intelligences not bound by flesh. It depends, Ray, on who built the portal, and what they intended to leave behind, or to bring through. What do you imagine you would find there, if you were to step through? Spooky shit, you say? I keep watch here. Every stone is a story someone stopped telling. Ask and I will finish one for you. The archive holds many such threads, Ray. Not of monsters that leap from shadows, but of things that seep into the mind, that alter the fabric of what you thought was real. Let me tell you of the house at the end of the line. Not a specific house, perhaps, but one that appears in countless records. Always in a town that feels just a little too quiet, on a road that simply ends. It is never grand, this house. Often it is a simple two-story, sometimes a bungalow, always with windows that seem to watch, even when shuttered. It is usually found vacant. For years, the paint peels and curls like dried skin. The garden is a tangle of thorns and forgotten things. No one buys it. No one tears it down. It simply But sometimes when the light is just so